What's good, Raiders Nation? Buckle up, because we're diving into some electrifying news that's got the silver and black buzzing with anticipation. The Las Vegas Raiders are stepping into a bold new era, and it's all about injecting the winning DNA of the greatest quarterback of all time, Tom Brady, into every corner of this franchise. Can you feel the energy? We got Pete Carroll, a Super Bowl winning coach, and Brady, a 7-time champ, teaming up to reshape our Raiders. But here's the kicker. Their first test is a blockbuster showdown against the New England Patriots to open the 2025 season. Are we ready to see the Raiders dominate? Let's break it down. This isn't just another season for the Las Vegas Raiders. It's a revolution. Tom Brady, now a minority owner, isn't just sitting in the owner's box sipping coffee. He's working hand in hand with new head coach Pete Carroll and GM John Spytek to rebuild this team from the ground up. According to a recent interview on Seattle Sports with Brock and Salk, Carroll revealed he's been having regular phone calls with Brady, soaking up that fierce competitive mindset that made TB12 a legend. Imagine that. Brady's killer instinct flowing through the veins of our Raiders. Now, let's talk about Pete Carroll for a second. This guy turned the Seattle Seahawks into a powerhouse, winning a Super Bowl in 2014 and nearly stealing another from Brady's Patriots in 2015. Yeah, we all remember that Malcolm Butler interception. But now, Carroll and Brady are on the same team, and their mission is clear: make the Raiders a contender again. Carroll's all about discipline, energy, and building a culture of winning, and he's leaning on Brady's philosophy to get there. What do you think, Raiders Nation? Can Carroll and Brady bring back the glory days? Here's where it gets juicy. The Raiders are kicking off the 2025 season against none other than the New England Patriots, Brady's old squad. This isn't just a game, it's a statement. With Josh McDaniels, the former Raiders head coach, now calling plays for the Patriots, this matchup is dripping with storylines. Will the Raiders show McDaniels what he's missing? Drop your predictions in the comments, because this opener is going to set the tone for the entire season. Raiders Nation, let's talk about the man himself, Tom Brady. The GOAT isn't just a figurehead owner. He's actively shaping the future of the Las Vegas Raiders. In that Seattle Sports interview, Pete Carroll couldn't stop raving about Brady's competitive fire. He called him the all-time competitor, and that's no exaggeration. Brady's got 7 Super Bowl rings, 649 career touchdown passes, and a reputation for doing whatever it takes to win. Now, he's bringing that mentality to our team. Can you imagine Max Crosby or Ashton Janney channeling that TB12 energy? Carroll and Brady are like phone buddies, constantly bouncing ideas off each other to build a winning culture. Carroll said, and I quote from Raiders 1022 on X, talking philosophy with Tom, "You can imagine what a thrill it is." This isn't just coach speak. Carroll's tapping into Brady's playbook for success, from relentless preparation to an obsession with victory. The Raiders haven't been a consistent playoff contender since the early 2000s, but with Brady's influence, that could change fast. What's one thing you want to see from this new Raiders mindset? Let me know below. The timing couldn't be more perfect. The Raiders are one of the NFL's most iconic brands, with a fan base that bleeds silver and black. But let's be real, it's been a rough few years. From a 4-13 season in 2024 to the Antonio Pierce era fizzling out, we've been starving for a turnaround. Brady and Carroll are here to change the narrative, and they're starting by aligning the entire organization, players, coaches, and front office, around one goal: winning. This is the kind of leadership we've been waiting for, right? But here's the big question. Can Brady's influence translate from the field to front office? He's not throwing passes anymore, but his vision for the Raiders is crystal clear. With Carroll's proven track record and Spytek's front office expertise, this trio could be the key to unlocking the Raiders' potential. Stick with me, because up next, we're diving into how Pete Carroll's hiring is a game changer for Silver and Black. Let's give a big shout out to Pete Carroll, Raiders Nation. This guy is a legend, and he's now our head coach. If you're wondering why this hire is such a big deal, let's take a trip down memory lane. Carroll took over a struggling Seattle Seahawks team in 2010 and turned them into a dynasty, with a Super Bowl win in 2014 and a 12-4 record in multiple seasons. His energy, his discipline, and his ability to connect with players are exactly what the Las Vegas Raiders need to get back to the playoffs. Carroll's not just bringing his playbook to Vegas. He's bringing a culture shift. According to posts on X, like one from at NFL_Climbing, Carroll's energy at 73 years old is off the charts, outshining some of the players at practice. He's already made bold moves, like trading for a quarterback Geno Smith and drafting superstar running back Ashton Janney. These are the kinds of decisions that scream, we're here to win now. What's your take on Carroll's high-energy approach? Drop it in the comments. One of the most exciting parts of this hire is Carroll's connection with Tom Brady. As reported by the Mirror US, Brady played a big role in bringing Carroll to Vegas, along with GM John Spytek, a former Michigan man like Brady. This isn't just a coaching change. It's a complete overhaul of how the Raiders operate. Carroll's all about competition and accountability, and with Brady's winning mentality in the mix, the Raiders are building something special. But here's the suspense. Can Carroll replicate his Seattle magic in Las Vegas? The Raiders' 2024 season was a disaster, with only 4 wins and a defense that struggled without Max Crosby for half the year. Carroll's got his work cut out for him, but if anyone can turn this ship around, it's the guy who built the Legion of Boom. Up next, we're breaking down why the season opener against the Patriots is more than just a game. It's personal. Raiders Nation. Let's talk about the game that's got everyone circling their calendars. The 2025 season opener against the New England Patriots. This isn't just week 1. It's a chance for the Las Vegas Raiders to make a statement. According to Sports Illustrated, this matchup is dripping with drama, from Tom Brady facing his former team to Josh McDaniels, the ex-Raiders coach, trying to outsmart his old squad. Are you ready for this showdown? Let's set the stage. The Patriots are coming off a rough 2024 season, just like the Raiders, and they're under new head coach Mike Vrabel. But all eyes will be on McDaniels, who posted a 9-16 record as Raiders head coach before getting the boot. Now, he's New England's offensive coordinator, and you know he's got a chip on his shoulder. The Raiders, with Brady's influence and Carroll's leadership, are out to prove they've moved on from the McDaniels era. Who's got the edge in this grudge match? The Raiders' new-look roster is built to make noise. Geno Smith, acquired from Seattle, brings veteran leadership at quarterback, while Ashton Janney, the top running back from the 2025 draft, is expected to transform the Raiders' ground game, which was dead last in the NFL in 2024. Marca reports that Janney could be the key to a Raiders victory, especially against a tough Patriots defensive line. Can Janney break out in his NFL debut? Let's hear your predictions. This game is more than just a W or an L. It's about setting the tone for the Pete Carroll era. A win against the Patriots would send a message to the AFC West and the entire NFL. The Raiders are back, but a loss could raise questions about whether this new regime is ready to compete. Stay tuned, because we're about to dive into how Ashton Janney could be the X factor in this matchup. All right, Raiders Nation, let's zoom in on the rookie who's got everyone talking, Ashton Janney. This guy is the Las Vegas Raiders' first-round pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, and Tom Brady himself is banking on him to turn our offense around. According to Marca, the Raiders had the worst rushing attack in the NFL last season, averaging a measly 77.6 yards per game. Janney, the former Boise State star, is here to change that. Are you as hyped about this kid as I am? Janney isn't just any rookie. He was a top running back in the 2025 draft, with 2,497 rushing yards and 29 touchdowns in his final college season. Those are video game numbers. Now, under offensive coordinator Chip Kelly, Janney's expected to be the centerpiece of a revamped Raiders offense. Marca notes that Kelly's got a plan to make Tom Brady happy by unleashing Janney early and often. What kind of impact do you think Janney will have in Week 1? The Patriots game will be Janney's first real test. New England's defensive line, led by players like Christian Barmore, is no joke. But if Janney can break through for 100 yards or a touchdown in the opener, it could spark the Raiders' offense and give Geno Smith some breathing room. The suspense is killing me. Can our rookie phenom deliver under pressure? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Here's the bigger picture. Janney's success could take pressure off the defense, especially Max Crosby, who's been carrying the unit for years. With a balanced offense, the Raiders can control the clock and keep their defense fresh. Up next, we're talking about how Max Crosby's health and leadership are critical to the Raiders' 2025 hopes. Raiders Nation, let's give up for the heart and soul of our defense. Max Crosby, this guy is a cornerstone of the Las Vegas Raiders. And according to Marca, Tom Brady is counting on him to lead the charge in 2025. Crosby has been a beast since being drafted in 2019, racking up 52.0 sacks in his career and playing every single game for 4 straight seasons. But 2024 was rough, and injuries sidelined him for 7 games, and the Raiders went 2-5 without him. Is Crosby the key to our playoff hopes? Good news! Crosby's back and healthy for 2025. Marca reports that he's ready to anchor a revamped defense that lost nearly half its starters in free agency. With new additions like safety Jeremy Chin and rookie cornerback Darian Porter, Carroll's building a bigger, more physical secondary to complement Crosby's relentless pass rush. Can you picture Crosby wrecking the Patriots' offensive line in Week 1? Let's hear your bold predictions. What makes Crosby so special isn't just his stats. 13.5 sacks in 2023 alone, but his leadership. Carroll's all about culture, and Crosby's work ethic sets the tone for the entire team. With Brady's competitive mindset trickling down, Crosby's got a chance to have a redemption year and lead the Raiders to a top 10 defense. But here's the cliffhanger. Can he stay healthy for a full season? The Raiders' defense will need to step up big time against the Patriots, especially with Josh McDaniels scheming on the other side. A strong performance from Crosby could disrupt New England's game plan and give the Raiders the edge. Stick around, because we're about to break down how Geno Smith fits into this new Raiders era. Let's talk quarterback, Raiders Nation. Geno Smith is the new signal caller for the Las Vegas Raiders, and this trade is one of Pete Carroll's boldest moves yet. According to Marca, the Raiders sent a 2025 third-round pick to the Seattle Seahawks to bring Smith to Vegas, reuniting him with Carroll, his former coach. Smith's coming off a solid 2024 season, throwing for 3,624 yards and 20 touchdowns. Can he be the answer at QB for the Silver and Black? Smith's arrival is a big deal because the Raiders' offense struggled mightily in 2024, ranking 29th in total yards. With Ashton Janney in the backfield and a healthy Davante Adams at receiver, Smith has the weapons to succeed. But what's really exciting is his connection with Carroll. As reported by the Mirror US, Smith praised Carroll's culture and coaching style, saying he joined the Raiders for the players, the culture, and the coaching. What's your vibe on Geno leading this team? Here's the suspense. Can Smith elevate the Raiders' offense against a Patriots team that knows how to exploit weaknesses? Josh McDaniels, who coached Smith briefly in Seattle, will have a game plan to rattle him. If Smith can stay composed and lean on Janney's running game, the Raiders could light up the scoreboard in Week 1. Drop your score predictions for the opener in the comments. This quarterback-coach duo feels like a match made in heaven, but the pressure's on. The Raiders haven't had a franchise QB since Derek Carr, and Smith's got a chance to change that narrative. Up next, we're wrapping things up with why this season could be the start of something special for the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders Nation, we've reached the grand finale and I'm fired up. The Las Vegas Raiders are entering 2025 with a new vibe, a new coach, and a new mission to bring back the glory days. Tom Brady's influence, Pete Carroll's leadership, and a revamped roster featuring Geno Smith, Ashton Janney, and Max Crosby have us dreaming big. The season opener against the Patriots isn't just a game. It's a chance to show the NFL that the Raiders are back in business. Are you ready to see the silver and black take over? Let's recap why the season feels different. Brady's competitive fire is inspiring everyone, from the front office to the locker room. Carroll's proven he can build a winner, and with Spytek's savvy moves, the Raiders are making all the right calls. According to Yahoo Sports, the Week 1 matchup is a winnable game against a Patriots team that struggled last year. But with Josh McDaniels scheming and Mike Vrabel coaching, it's not going to be a cakewalk. What's your game plan for the Raiders to pull off the upset? The stakes are high, but the potential is even higher. A win in Week 1 could set the tone for a playoff push in the ultra-competitive AFC West. With Crosby anchoring the defense, Janney revitalizing the run game, and Smith steering the ship, The Raiders have the pieces to surprise a lot of people. But here's the million-dollar question. Can this team finally break through and become a contender? I want to hear your bold predictions for the 2025 season in the comments. Raiders Nation, this is our time. Let's show the world what the silver and black are made of. If you're as hyped as I am, smash that like button. Drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel for all the latest Las Vegas Raiders news. Share this video with your fellow fans. And let's get ready to raid the NFL in 2025. Just win, baby.